Hello everybody, Marcos Villegas, and I am being joined with Abner Mares. And Abner Mares has a big fight coming up June 25th. You're fighting once again for another world title against a guy that your team is extremely familiar with. Your trainer Robert Garcia training Jesus Cuellar. But so far, you had this fight scheduled with Fernando Montiel, and you were in a full-blown camp, and then that fight fell through, and then this one comes up. So given with the time off and now ramping back up again, how's that all been?
It's been great. It's been great. And let me stop you there and clarify. I still had the option to fight Montiel, but this was presented. And as any smart fighter, I would pick a title fight. I chose this fight, even though it was a tough fight. I could have chosen an easier fight, but I chose to fight Jesus Cuellar, a tough fight, second opportunity to a world title. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be fighting Jesus Cuellar come June 25th. For many reasons. Number one, I've never been to New York.
Ever in like your entire life?
Entire life, never. So I'm excited about that.
Hey, well, New York. It's funny. I call it like Tijuana. They're like Tijuana of the U.S. because you see trash everywhere. Like in New York, it's like the weirdest thing in the world.
I'm gonna like it then because I love TJ. I like my TJ. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about fighting for a world title. I'm excited about fighting a top level fighter. I'm excited about showing New York what Abner Mares can do in the ring. It's different seeing me on TV than in person. So I'm excited and all around. So it's a really good fight. I'm excited for Robert, in a way, because me winning, obviously, as he mentioned, I'm gonna be his 10th world champion, and not only that, it's kind of like benching a bit, on Jesus Cuellar because he left him, and I know Robert doesn't like to talk about it, but he left him without saying goodbye or a thank you or anything. I think that's really disrespectful in every way, in any sport, in any discipline, and any professional thing you do. You don't do that, and so we got a bone to pick, like Coach says. So. We're taking really serious this fight, so we just got to go in there and be smart.
Has he been spilling the Cuellar secrets to you then?
He has to, and he has been because it's a fight where it's do or die, and it's a fight where if I win my title, and he wins for pride also. As a coach, like I mentioned up in the podium, I said Cuellar's gonna know that he made a mistake by leaving him. So I'm sticking with that, and again, I'm really excited. I think people that heard of Abner Mares, I'm the type of fighter that just goes in there and fights the best and gives an exciting fight.
Looking at him, he's been on a roll since 2011. I don't think he's been beat, and he's had a good string of knockout wins. Looking at him, you would think like the biggest thing that he has is his power. Would you agree with that, or is there other things that you feel that trump the power part?
I think, the power definitely number one. Heart, I could say heart. He's a guy that goes in there, gives it all. Strength maybe, but other than that, I've never seen him box. When I say box, I mean just the boxer. I never seen him type of boxer. Never seen him on his toes. Never seen him, long combinations. He's more of a 1, 2, 3 type of fighter, and he does damage. So just gotta be careful for those things and be ready for anything. I just have to get back to. Like Robert tells me, don't try to please the crowd. I'm sorry, people. I'm going to do my best, but don't, go in there and be smart. Don't make it a brawl if I don't have to, and if I have to, I'm ready for that also. So, I gotta be smart. I gotta be, just mentally, and not only that, take my experience in that ring that night.
That's the main thing I think we all felt with you coming into the Santa Cruz fight. We felt that you were gonna box because your abilities on paper in that aspect were a lot more than Leo, and then you ended up brawling with him. Made for a great fight. It was one of the most exciting atmospheres I've seen, but how can you stop that part of you from doing that? Because once you get tagged, I know like with some fighters it's just on their mind, I got to get you back. I
think the corner has a lot to do with it. I think your corner, if you listen to them and if they're able to somehow, get your attention, which, that's something I lost that night. I wasn't paying attention to my corner. I went in there and I did what I wasn't supposed to. When I tried to get back in the fight, it was kind of late, even though, like you said, it was an exciting fight because we threw a lot. He threw a lot, I threw back, There was a lot of flurries here and there, but the game plan was definitely not the right one.
Like I said, thank you for a great fight, though. We're all happy with it. Abner, you were on such a rise with the bantamweight tournament that you won, and then even with fights with Anselmo, where you really showed that you're a really technical fighter. And then the Gonzalez fight happened, and it's since then, you could say, like, with the Leo fight and the other fights, it's kind of been up and down, up and down. What's been on your end to avoid that, to make it go back to the way it was from before?
I think once I get my title back, or any title back, I think.
So you think it's confidence then?
It's confidence, definitely. You lose it a bit, despite whoever tells you it's not. It is. So I think holding a title will definitely awaken, me a bit. And again, I've been in this for a long time already. I've faced many tough fights, and I just gotta use my experience for an advantage now. And once I get that title, I know it's gonna be back to the old Abner, back to that game. I'm in a good weight class. After this one, God willing, I get my fight against Leo. If not, whoever is there. There's a lot of tough fights, a lot of good names. So I want to continue to fight the best and continue to win and definitely give good fights.
You've achieved a lot. You've made a lot of money. You've helped your family out a lot. You've come from humble beginnings. Usually when a fighter hits that level, the hunger kind of goes away because they've achieved their dreams. You see that with a lot of fighters. With you, is the hunger there still? If so, like, what keeps fueling the hunger? Is it the title, or is it more than that?
It went away. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It went away. I just kept doing it because of I just got accustomed to it. An everyday thing. When I'm not training, I'm bored at home. I gotta do something else. So now, like I said, and like you mentioned, it's wanting that title now, not just for myself, for my family, and becoming full-time world champion and showing. I don't want to go out, and retired as a fighter that, just died after, it took a dive after, such a great, even though it has to come, but I think I could definitely pick it up and manage to come up again, win that world title, beat a good tough fighter, and fight the best.
You think if you win this fight, you get the winner of the Santa Cruz-Frampton fight?
I think so, and if not, we're looking at, who else is out there? There's big names. There's a lot of people. So despite if I don't get the name, there's there's big names. So I'm ready for any of them. I just got to concentrate for this one and be ready.
How do you see that fight with Frampton and Santa Cruz? Is it an even fight, or is it a fight where Leo, being the bigger guy, has the advantages?
I think he has the advantage of being the bigger guy. Frampton is a skilled fighter, definitely, but I think the pressure is going to take a toll, the later rounds. So, and then Leo has a good chin. So I think it's going to play out a bit like the last fight that he had against Nico or.
Which one, Leo?
No, Leo.
Kiko.
Kiko, yeah. Where the guy comes out, banging, but he gets tired and he gets rocked. Yeah.
Dude, you see that Montiel knockout? When I saw that knockout, I thought of you, and I just thought like, oh, whoa, what would have happened?
Yeah, it was. He didn't give him a chance, man. That guy just came out. Yeah, and I think that was definitely the game plan for them. Go out there. He's an older guy. And just.
Would have you fought the same way like he fought?
Honestly, no. I'm not gonna lie. I think we would have boxed different, but I knew that. I think my youth and my definitely my boxing abilities would have definitely, got me to that fight.
All right, Abner, it's always great seeing you. Copying me a little bit with the beard right there, but it's all good, Abner. Of course, he fights June 25th on this Porter versus Thurman co-main event in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center.